Hey guys, today I'm going to be making my cheesy green chili pork stuffed poblano peppers. Try saying that twice. That was harder than I thought. And I'm sorry for my sweaty look I have going. I took my kids to the park this morning. It was literally 90% humidity. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna have a heat stroke, but I survived. So then when I got home, because I survived the park, I thought, well, I'm already so sweaty, I might as well trim the bushes in the front yard. I literally thought I was going to collapse from heat exhaustion because remember, I don't have very many carbs in my system right now, and I wanted to lash out at somebody because I was just frustrated, and I didn't, or I might have. No one will know the better except for my family, I guess. Anyways, so I'm gonna throw the pork tenderloin into the crock pot. We're gonna let that cook in the crock pot until we are able to shred it. We're gonna throw it in there with some green salsa verde. I guess that means green salsa. Anyways, so we're gonna let that marinate in that while it's simmering. And then after that, we're gonna get our poblano peppers, cut them in half, throw them in the oven for a little preheat. And then we are going to stuff them, and my favorite part, we're gonna put cheese all over it and then put it back in the oven. So these are a keto-friendly meal. No sugars in it, except for a little bit of the tomatillo salsa, but it's not high in carbs. So I will serve mine to my family with rice. I'm gonna have mine with cauliflower rice, and I'll just cry my way through dinner. No, just kidding. It's still gonna be delicious, just not as good as if I could have rice with it. I'll probably serve mine with some avocado and then some cauliflower rice because my life is so exciting. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put our pork tenderloin in my crock pot, and I am going to cook the pork until it's easily shreddable. My sauce for putting in the crock pot is this Herdez, like I love, salsa verde. This is a 24-ounce bottle. I'm gonna pour all of it in, and that's gonna give our pork a nice flavor. Like I said, this is a very easy recipe. You don't need very many ingredients, and it's keto friendly, which is nice. And I just love this even when I wasn't doing keto. So definitely is gonna be some flavorful pork. After this is shredded, we're gonna pack it into our poblano peppers, cover it in cheese, and put it in the oven. Okay, so I went ahead and took the pork tenderloin out of the crock pot and shredded it on a plate just because I wanted to make sure I got it all. I don't like getting a big old clump of meat when I'm trying to fill up my peppers. Now, you could leave it on the plate and fill it from here, but what I like to do is while I've got my peppers cooking in the oven, I like to put it back in here. Number one, it keeps the meat warm. And number two, now that it's shredded, I like to get the salsa covering all of that meat. And that just gives it a little bit of extra time to soaking in that salsa so that we get that really flavorful taste, because I love green salsa. I think I could just live off of cheese, green salsa, and green chilies. So that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and get my oven preheated so I can put the peppers in to do their pre-cooking. Okay, so I went ahead and took the pork tenderloin out of the crock pot and shredded it on a plate just because I wanted to make sure I got it all. I don't like getting a big old clump of meat when I'm trying to fill up my peppers. Now, you could leave it on the plate and fill it from here, but what I like to do is while I've got my peppers cooking in the oven, I like to put it back in here. Number one, it keeps the meat warm. And number two, now that it's shredded, I like to get the salsa covering all of that meat. And that just gives it a little bit of extra time to soaking in that salsa so that we get that really flavorful taste, because I love green salsa. I think I could just live off of cheese, green salsa, and green chilies. So that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and get my oven preheated so I can put the peppers in to do their pre-cooking. Okay, I thought I would show you guys how to cut these poblano peppers because they're a little bit different than doing like a bell pepper. So I cut it, see how this is the wider side? I usually cut it on the more narrow side, and I do it right down here and right down here. I start at the tip of it away from the stem. So I'm just gonna show you like this. And it usually slides pretty easily until you get to where the stem is. So then I've got it just like this. So the easiest way, I try not to, you know, with bell peppers, you would just slice the top off and use that to stuff down into the pepper. I try and keep this part of the pepper because that holds the contents of the pork and everything from, ew, this pepper doesn't even look too hot right there. Sorry, I'll continue showing you, but I don't think I'm gonna use this one. But you start from, you take the center part of this and you just kind of pop it and see how that removes all of that. Then I just run this under the sink and then that gets rid of that stem, but it gives you still like a bowl too. You see how it gives you that bowl area to put all of your meat and your cheese and everything, so it's not just running out all over the place. So same thing with this side. We take it from the inside, grab all of that, and then you just pop that, and you can just go like that and pop off this. That way you're not chopping off the whole top of it, and it creates this bowl for you to put all of the stuffing in. And then you can, if you just go run this underwater, and you can also take your knife and just kind of peel away at this little stalk in there, and that'll get all the seeds out for you too. So as you can see, I have already done all of these, washed those, prepped them. They're ready for the oven. So I'm gonna turn the oven to 350. We're gonna throw this in the oven for about 10-15 minutes. That just helps soften them a little bit so that we're not eating overly crunchy raw peppers. Then, so we take them out after we've heated these for about 10-15 minutes. That's when we're gonna stuff them. So I've got 2 pounds of pork tenderloin in the crock pot. So I am going to shred that first because we're not gonna eat for just a little bit longer, and then I'll show you how I get everything else done, okay? And another tip I found, if you put a wider end here and then the other half of it with the skinnier end here, you can fit more on your cooking sheet. It was these guys, these gigantors, who threw me off for this. Anyways, we're not even gonna use that other one because it looks yucky on the inside, but that's how you do that. Okay, so we will get going on the pork now. We are preheated to 350, so we're gonna go ahead and throw these peppers in the oven to do their preheating. I kind of cut the tip off of that one that was kind of gross, and we'll just see how that turns out. We don't have to eat it, but that's gonna go in there for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll check on those and see how they feel. While we wait for the peppers to preheat in the oven, I would like to share these Corona hard seltzers that I found because look at that, 0 carbs. So I thought I'd give them a try. I love the mango White Claw. I saw that this one has a mango. Also has tropical lime, cherry, and blackberry lime. I feel like I'm only gonna like the mango one, but I mean, if you're doing low carb, you can have as many as you want, I guess, because they're 0 carbs. Okay, so I am going to tell you whether I like the Corona hard seltzer better or White Claw, because I'm comparing the flavors. So really it doesn't matter because I thought it was exploding onto my hand. Okay, so cheers. Here's my very first Corona hard seltzer. It's good. It's not as flavorful as the White Claw one, but it'll do. It'll do, pig, it'll do. I mean, it'll do when I can't drink anything else besides like vodka. I know you can have White Claws, but if you're trying to have like 10 drinks, then this is the drink for you, because then you don't have any carbs, and that's all that matters right now. It's refreshing. I love Corona the beer, so, and it's coronavirus season, so why not drink a Corona hard seltzer? Oh, by the way, yes, I'm still sweating to death because my kids wanted to go swimming. I literally sat outside in the 100-degree heat without getting in the pool because I knew I was going to be filming and I didn't want to be soaking wet. But turns out, joke's on me because I'm still soaking wet because I'm so sweaty. So I guess next time I'll just get in the damn pool. So it's probably about time to check on my peppers and we'll see how tender they are, and then it'll be time to get them out of the oven and stuff them. Okay, so our peppers are out of the oven, did 15 minutes. Remember, you don't want them like completely bending because they are going back in the oven. So you're just softening them just enough so that by the time they're done in the oven, when we do it in the next step, then it's not just like falling apart. So I've got my pork mixture right here. I've got it close so it doesn't drip everywhere. And then after we've got the pork mixture on, I'm gonna use this. It's Monterey Jack with jalapeno cheese to put on top. If you wanna shred your own cheese, be my guest. I mean, I love shredded cheese that is from a block of cheese. I get it. And I know I talk about this in like every single one of my things, but I just don't have time and patience right now. Okay, so I've got my slotted spoon and I'm just filling up these peppers. Now these peppers are pretty big, so they go, they go pretty far. Oh man, it's hot to touch. Ouch, ouch. So it's also, when we put it back in the oven, it doesn't take too long because basically we've already cooked everything. We're just melting the cheese, so. And these are just so cute. Like, I made these for Cinco de Mayo, and it was just it was just different than tacos. I love my tacos, but I just thought it was, just change it up. That was one of our, first, well, we had Easter, but then in quarantine, it was kind of when stuff was starting to, like, it was okay to social distance with your neighbors. So we would social distance with our next door neighbors. And yes, I did let them in. They were allowed to come in and we had dinner. And it was a great mood booster. Because I just don't feel that humans were made to, stay isolated by themselves. It sucks. I like to be with other people. You don't have to do these. I'm making these a little bit full. I think I'm just hungry. I miss my normal way of eating. Today I had Chipotle, and our Chipotle here is not very close. And so I drove all the way there, dragged my kids there, thought I was being so cool with my keto bowl, and I got home and I started eating it and I realized this has rice in it. So then Jared, being the nice guy that he is, because he didn't want another tongue lashing, just kidding, he drove to go get me my new bowl without rice. But I just feel like Chipotle without rice and beans is just not really Chipotle to me. Oh my gosh, I don't think this has ever worked out so perfectly for me. I'm gonna have like the perfect amount of meat for this. So this was, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I bought 6 peppers and I bought 2 pounds of pork tenderloin, and that just came out to the perfect amount. So here we go with our cheese. And you could make this go even further. I mean, I just stuffed these big time, like. And I mean, you can do this with any kind of meat that you like. If you want to do it with ground taco meat, you can do it with taco meat. If you want to do it with chicken, do it with chicken. When I made these before, I made them a little fancier with a little more ingredients, but I tried to, or I didn't try, I did. I would chop up onions and put onions. I'd put green chilies, and then the salsa verde. But overall, it's just a really simple meal. And this is only 4 ingredients. It's the poblano peppers, the pork tenderloin, the salsa verde, and the cheese. So that's another thing. I'm just like, I love cooking, but at the same time, I'm just so sick of it because that's all I've been doing for the past 4 months. So it's nice when you just have an easy go-to meal. You know, this is something you could have done when you're at work. You can have your pork cooking while you're at work. You get home, you just do the, you know, throw the peppers in the oven, and then you're good to go. And all you have to do is stuff them and they're done. Now you know me, I can't just quit there. I've got to open my second package of cheese. And do one more, just one light dusting. Just a little dusting of cheese. Because, I mean, when cheese and meat and vegetables is basically all you can eat, I'm gonna load up, right? Am I right? I would love some suggestions of other stuff. Basically, when I'm thinking about eating sugar, I just sit here and cry and think of the other meals I can make that don't contain sugar, or how I can make it without bread. So I've got some things cooking up in my brain. I don't know how you guys do this for so many years. I already felt like backing out just yesterday. I've only done it for 1 day. So these are ready for the oven. Look how pretty. Okay, let's get these little nuggets in the oven so mommy can eat them because she's hungry. Okay, we are going to remain at 350. Oh, that's heavy. 350. And basically we're just trying to melt the cheese. So I think it's gonna take about 20-25 minutes, but we'll keep checking on it because remember our pork is hot too. So we've got a hot pepper, a hot pork, and a hot oven. All right, guys, here we have it. They're out of the oven. I paired it with some Spanish rice and some avocado and just some lime wedges. Clearly this one's not gonna be for me because I'm gonna have cauliflower rice with mine and probably some avocado, but don't those look delicious? They cooked way faster because the pork was so hot. It literally only took me like 7 minutes for all the cheese to be melted, and then I popped on the broiler for just a second, and that's when we got these golden brown cheese bubbles. So that looks absolutely delicious. I'm ready to eat my next keto dinner. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. I know I love it because it doesn't make me feel like I'm eating keto. And I used to make this all the time even before I was ever trying to do this. So if your family isn't keto, that's fine because I've made it all the time for all kinds of people. So enjoy it. If you have any questions on anything, leave it in the comments section. And please make sure to like and subscribe.